Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So probably have read the title, so you know what we're gonna talk about in this video. It is about top 5 reflection tokens in 2023. Now I did try researching and looking through other articles and other people's take on top 5 reflection tokens. There's just not sufficient articles that talks about it. So I think this is going to be a perfect opportunity where I'm going to list most amazing reflection tokens in my opinion. Of course you can agree or disagree, which include some old projects like Babydoge, which have proved to be sustainable over time because it has survived over the years. But I also have some new tokens, new reflection tokens that have a mechanism that really inspired me, that really amazed me, that I think is worth mentioning in this list. So we're gonna talk about all these reflection tokens. You can agree or disagree, it's up to you. You can leave down your suggestion in the comment section if there's any reflection token that you find really amazing that I missed in this list. And as always, anything that I'm going to say about these tokens is not going to be an investment or a financial advice. It'll be completely up to you if you want to invest in them or not. I'm going to give you guys all the links. That'll be in the description. So that'll help you out to do your research. And with this out of the way, let's get right into it. So the first reflection token that we're going to talk about is Babydoge. Now Babydoge is something that we all are well aware of. This project has been here for some time now, and it is one of the most popular tokens in crypto. So Babydoge is a deflationary token that is designed to become more and more scarce over time. All of the holders of the Babydoge token, they receive more tokens by just holding the Babydoge tokens. Now there is one mistake that people do, is that Babydoge is listed on a lot of different exchanges and a lot of different centralized exchanges. But the thing is, not all of the centralized exchanges support the reflection mechanism. So if you buy the tokens from that exchange, you're not going to receive any or enough reflection in Babydoge. So you have to buy the tokens from a place that does support the reflection mechanism, which is a mistake that a lot of people do. I read some of the Reddit posts about this, so make sure that you do not make this mistake. Now when it comes to reflection tokens, not only that we want the amount of tokens increase in our wallet, but we also want them to increase in value, because otherwise we're not going to make any profit. If our tokens is increasing in amount but they're decreasing in value, we're either not going to make any money or we're going to go for a loss. So we want both of them to increase simultaneously. So how Babydoge addresses this is that they have a 10% transaction fees on every single transaction whenever anyone buy the Babydoge token or sell it. And now 5% of it is given as reflection to the holders, and 5% of it goes to the liquidity pool. Now we're going to put aside the 5% for liquidity pool because it's not really relevant when it comes to reflection token, although it does plays its part in solidifying the price floor for the token, which is really essential. But we're going to talk about the critical aspects on how do we get rewarded and what sustains the value, what increases the value of the token. So the 5% reflection that goes to the the holders, there's also a burned wallet that holds 45% supply of Babydoge tokens. The 45% supply in a burned wallet is a really huge amount, and we have seen a lot of contests and campaigns and different news circulating around about Babydoge burning huge supply of tokens. And it also incentivized and is incentivizing users to burn the Babydoge tokens through the burn portal, which is something that we have talked before. So they are burning a huge amount of tokens. All of that is in a burned wallet. So now it has a supply of 45%, which is really, really huge. And that burned wallet also qualifies to be just a normal wallet, which means that it is eligible to receive reflection, and it does receive reflection. So if you think about this, 5% of every single transaction goes as reflection to people. Now since this wallet is holding 45% of the supply, that means 45% out of the 5%, which becomes I think 2.3% or 2.35%, that goes into this wallet, and that eventually is also burned. And this is the automatic burn mechanism. Not only that we have auto reflection, but within the auto reflection mechanism we also have an auto burn mechanism. Both of these are essential for us to for our amount of tokens, amount of Babydoge token to increase in our wallet, but also increase in value. And this is what made this token get listed in our list today. So I think this is really amazing, and people have been making a lot of profit with it. At the time of making this video, Babydoge is sitting at a $340 million market cap. And yeah, I think this is the most information that we should be covering in this video, because we have a lot of other tokens to cover. So there we have it. This is about the Babydoge. Now we're going to move forward toward our next token that is called the FatCat Token. We already have talked about the FatCat Token. I have done a complete review on this, which you will get the link somewhere here or there in the cards. You'll click on it and it'll take you to the complete review. But I'm going to give you guys brief information in a few minutes on how does, FatCat Token actually works and what makes it really amazing, because this is one of the projects that is new. It is experimental, but the strategy, the tactic and the mechanism that they have is something that we have not seen before, which eventually makes it an experimental project, because this is something that has never been tried before, but I think it has a huge chance of succeeding, and we have a huge chance of making a profit through it. So FatCat is an innovative and an experimental reflection project that is built on the Binance Smart Chain. Now, what happens in this one is this is completely different. This is not a typical meme project or typical reflection token. It's actually completely different in terms of mechanisms that they have. And just to be on the safe side, it is completely safe. It is completely transparent. You can check the whole video to find that out. Their aim is to ensure longevity and perpetual reflections for its users. And we're going to talk about how this is achieved. Now, this, just like Babydoge, this is a deflationary token. How does this happen? They also have a burned wallet, which holds 15% of the supply of the FatCat token, and that burned wallet also receives reflection. Eventually, that reflection also gets burned, which makes it deflationary. One part is said that they do have mechanism to ensure that the value of the token also increases. Now, the thing that we need to note here is what was the purpose behind all of the reflection tokens failing in the past? The reason was they said their transaction fees really high. Even if you talk about Babydoge, it has 10% transaction fees, but when it comes to Babydoge, there was a huge factor of hype that played part in its popularity and people dealing with it. But the problem with other reflection tokens is that the 10% transaction fees, it really scares away the traders, because if they want to get into it and they want to get out of it, they have to pay 20% fees. 20% is huge, fees that they have to pay, which really eradicates any margin of profit that they have when they come into this project. So traders really avoid any projects that has a transaction fees that goes to 5% or even 10%. So when there's no trader, there will be a lot of transactions. People will eventually stop transacting with the token. The token eventually starts dying. People pull out, and that's the end of the the reflection project. So to avoid for this to happen, the transaction fees that we have in FatCat is only 1.9%, which is really ideal and is really minimal. So the traders won't get scared away. They will actually jump into it. But there's also another incentive for traders to get into it, especially the arbitrage traders, in a sense that if you talk about the 1.9% transaction fees, how it is distributed, when anyone buys or sell FatCat token, 0.7% of the transacted amount, it goes to the DeFi treasury that they have. Now, they use this treasury to invest into reliable DeFi products to generate revenue, which is then used to create to increase the price difference between two exchanges. Now, it's going to be listed on two different exchanges. We have the Pancake Swap and we also have the Buy Swap. Now, the profit that they generate from the DeFi treasury, they're going to use that to buy the FatCat token from one exchange, and they're going to sell it on the other exchange. We know what's going to happen. The place where they're buying it obviously will have an increased price of FatCat token, and where they're going to sell it, it will have a lower fees of FatCat token. And here comes the arbitrage traders who buys the token where the price is low, and they sell the token where the price is higher. And that is what's going to incentivize traders to come into it and start trading. They will trade a lot, and they will basically try to undo what the DeFi treasury did. DeFi treasury is increasing the price difference. The arbitrage traders are going to close down that differences, and this will continue. The cycle will continue, and the transactions will never stop coming. And even if it reaches any point where the transactions are basically they stop, people stop transacting with the token, they can always use the DeFi treasury to restart it, to jumpstart it, to create that price difference one more time, and it'll start again, because people have incentive to come into it and to deal and to trade and to buy and sell the FatCat token. And in this way, they have made this mechanism that this project is never going to die, and the holders, they will always receive reflection. And not only that their amount of tokens will increase in their wallet, but it is also a deflationary token, so its value is it's also going to increase. And that's what makes this, really worthy of mentioning in this list. Now, to ensure that the project is safe, as I already said, you can watch the complete review to find that out. But we have the team tokens locked. They actually burned 50% of the team tokens. The ownership is renounced. If you talk about the supply, we have a 1 trillion supply. The circulating supply is 842 billion because they burned 152 billions of tokens. There are more than 2,500 holders as for now. It is a new project, so they are increasing. The liquidity is burned currently at the time of making this video. The market cap is sitting at $850 to $900,000, which is a really good time to get into it because the market cap is actually minimal. So this is the perfect opportunity for us to get into it at a time when the market cap is low, and it is going to increase further and further. And there we have it. Now it's time that we move on to the next token. Now the next token that we have is Safemoon. Now, there is a misconception about Safemoon that it is considered a cryptocurrency, while in reality it is not. It is actually a DeFi token that primarily offers three functions. We have reflection, we have burn, and then we have LP acquisition. Now, the difference between a DeFi token and a cryptocurrency, if for those of you guys who are wondering, is that the DeFi tokens are based on existing blockchains, while cryptocurrency has its blockchain network. So basically, Safemoon is a DeFi token that works on the existing Binance Smart Chain network, which we are aware of. The APR in case of Safemoon is 10.3%, which is quite sound because its current shareholders are almost 3 million in number. Now, the reason is high APR percentage is that the blockchain is in this, this Binance Smart Chain, which is among one of the most, highest APR providing blockchains. Now, for those of you guys who are interested in getting into or buying Safemoon, do not buy the Safemoon version 1. Instead, look for the Safemoon version 2, because the version 1 is now charging 100% of the transaction tax, and they have migrated to the version 2. Now, if you talk about the tokenomics, the ticker that we have for Safemoon is SFM. The market cap is sitting at $101 million. Now, if you talk about the reflection, 4% goes, it is redistributed to the existing holders. We have 3% for LP acquisition, which is added to the liquidity, which solidifies the price floor. And if you talk about the token burn, 2% of the tokens are burned on every single transaction, which makes this token deflationary because the supply is reducing and eventually it is increasing in value. And they also have a growth fund in which 1% is added, to the Safemoon ecosystem growth fund. And there we have it. This is another token that is worth considering for those of you guys who are looking to get reflection in a solid and a sustainable project. Now, the next token that we have is called EverGrow coin. This coin is also based on Binance Smart Chain, and it is popular because of its high and stable passive profit margins. Now, although the fees that EverGrow charges is quite high, it is 14%, which is relatively higher. And if we break this down, on every single transaction, 8% goes back to the holders as reward, which is a huge amount. So not only that when you buy the tokens, you do have to pay high fees, but you also get high reflection. Now, as I said, it is quite popular because of its stability and high returns, which kind of like explains the 14% transaction fees. Now, the coin, it does meet the BEP20 standards with a unique approach to provide an additional built-in reward system for its investors to generate passive income through Binance USD or BUSD. Even when the market is not doing well, and since you're getting the reflection in the BUSD, which is a stable coin, you don't have to worry about the price fluctuations or the market conditions. Now, another aspect of it is that the EverGrow coin is hyper deflationary, which means that the coin in the market it decreases over time, which increases its value because it's getting more and more scarce. Now, the tokenomics approach of the EverGrow, without compromising stability and passive income stream criteria, it helps to be for this token to be in demand ever since it has been launched. Now, not only this, on the earnings side, it also paid $35 million within 5 months for its launch, as reflections, which is really amazing. If you talk about the tokenomics, the ticker is EGC. If you talk about the market cap at the time of making this video, it is $225 million. And we already have talked about the rewards. 8% of every single transaction, it is sent to the holders and investors in BUSD, which is really amazing because you're getting reflection in BUSD, which is a stable coin. So you don't have to worry about the the price fluctuations. You can use this. You can either use it to compound even more reflections. There's 2% of every single transaction that goes to the liquidity pool to create a stable price floor. And we talk about that it is hyper deflationary. 2% of every transaction is used for strategic buyback and burn. And there we have it. This is how this whole token works, and people have been using it for a good deal of time now to make a passive income, and you can be one of those. So if you're interested in it, there we have it. Now the last token that we have is called Shiba Inu, which again is something that does not need an introduction. We are well aware of this. It is a DeFi token that is based on the Ethereum blockchain. It is designed as an alternate competitor to the famous meme coin Dogecoin. Now, unlike Dogecoin, Shiba Inu is designed with a single motive, of what happens when a DeFi token is solely managed by its community. Now, unlike Bitcoin, which is scarce during its launch, and it continuously planned to enhance the quantity through means like mining, etc. Shiba Inu is intentionally abundant with a fixed quantity of 1 quadrillion, with some amount destroyed each time the transaction, on every single transaction, which basically rewards back to its investors because the token increase in value every time it is transacted. And they also have a strict reflection criteria, which also benefits investors. It supports the NFT art incubator and a decentralized exchange called Shiba Swap. It shows outstanding growth with a current market cap of 5.514 billion and a current price of the token, which is about like $0.000012, which is kind of like by far greater than its launch price, which was way too low. So over the years, the price has progressed and it has been increased exponentially. If you talk about the tokenomics, the ticker is Shib, and we already talked about the market cap. It shows outstanding growth with its current market cap of about 6.9 billion, almost like 7 billion, and its current price is way higher and exponentially higher. We're talking about a lot of zeros that have been taken out of its price. So it has progress in terms of price over the years, and it has proved to be sustainable, and it have helped people make decent passive income. So I think when we talk about reflection token, this is worth considering. And there we have it. This is a list of top 5 reflection tokens in 2023. I hope you like my take on this. You can agree or disagree. You can give your own opinion. If you do know any reflection token that you have made rewards with that is not mentioned in the list, you can give that in the comment section. That's all of you guys in this video. I really appreciate if you like this video, if you share it, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one shortly. So stay tuned.